At 53 years old, Matt Damon is one of the most important people in Hollywood, and his friendship with fellow superstar and co-actor Ben Affleck has become a public testament to a strong and enduring brotherhood. After a lot of public intrigue and rumors, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck have announced that they are no longer married, exactly 2 years after they got married. In a recent interview, Matt talked about the truth about Ben Affleck's battle with alcoholism. He even said what he thought was the real reason for Ben and Jennifer Lopez's recent divorce. Could this be the end of their 40-year friendship? Stay tuned to find out what Matt said that turned people so shocked. Ben and Matt Damon have been friends since childhood, and their friendship has stood the test of time. However, their personal lives have not been perfect, and their friendship has been tested. Matt Damon was born in Cambridge, Massachusetts on October 8, 1970, and grew up in a middle-class family. His mother, Nancy Carlson Pages, taught early childhood education. Matt's dad, Kent Damon, is a stockbroker, and his older brother, Kyle, is into sculpture. Matt grew up in a culturally rich environment, and he fell in love with acting early on. His mom, Nancy Carlson Page, always thought he'd become an actor. He loved costumes and acting, and he could keep himself entertained even when he was by himself. He liked to play dress-up with his older brother Kyle and even broke his ankle when he was 3 years old while trying to be a superhero. His parents got divorced, and he and his brother moved in with their mother. But the most important thing in his early career was working with childhood friend Ben Affleck. The two met when they were 10 and 8 years old, with Matt being the older of the two. They quickly became friends after discovering a shared love of baseball and movies. In 2019, Matt said that Ben's bravery in defending him in a fight when they were younger solidified their friendship. Matt was about to be beaten up by a bigger kid in high school when Ben fought him off. Matt remembered that as a big moment and said, "He will put himself in a really bad spot for me. This is a good friend." In 2004, Matt's brother Kyle told people that Matt and Ben weren't friends. They were both cool kids and drama geeks, and Ben told Parade in 2007 that they would often go to New York City together to audition for acting jobs. Their love of movies and acting played a big role in both of their careers, even though they went to different colleges. They worked together to write the script for Good Will Hunting. He studied English for a while at Harvard, but his real dream was to be an actor, so he dropped out before finishing to go after his Hollywood dreams. That risky choice paid off, and he became one of the biggest stars of his generation. The screenplay took years to put together, and it was inspired by Matt's time at Harvard. Goldman, writer-director Kevin Smith, and Ben started working on the script seriously after moving to Los Angeles and settling into Ben's apartment. With Matt's $20,000 salary from his role in the 1995 TV Western The Good Old Boys, Matt and Ben were able to focus on writing the script instead of looking for other work. The movie is about a troubled genius. Good Will Hunting, starring Matt, a janitor from South Boston who is secretly very smart, was a huge hit with both critics and audiences. It got 9 Oscar nominations, and Matt and Ben won the award for Best Original Screenplay. Matt even got a Best Actor nomination for his role, which helped him become a star in whole. Matt said, "The role was so close to my heart because my best friend and I made him up. He's from Boston, and it was what we knew after the big hit Good Will Hunting. Matt became known as a leading actor with parts in a number of major films. In 2002, he played a skilled agent who can't remember who he is in The Bourne Identity. The movie was a huge hit, leading to several sequels and making him a true action star. At the same time, he joined a star-studded cast for Ocean's 11 in 2001, directed by Steven Soderbergh, which also included George Clooney, Brad Pitt, and Julia Roberts. Matt played Lonos Caldwell, a quick pickpocket. The movie did so well that it spun off into two more movies, and the Oceans franchise became a fan favorite. They had to work together, which meant keeping up their friendship even at work. But how did things start to change for them? Let's look more closely at Matt's career. While he's best known for his roles in action-packed franchises, he's done great work in a lot of different types of movies, including the talented Mr. Ripley. Matt has worked with famous directors like Martin Scorsese on The Departed and Clint Eastwood on Invictus. His ability to adapt to different genres and work with well-known directors has helped him stay in Hollywood for a long time. But what went wrong? Matt is not only a famous actor, but also a caring father. In this article, we will look at the lives of Matt's children, looking at how they were raised and how they affect his life. Matt's children are very important to him, and learning about them gives us a glimpse into his values and priorities. From growing up in Boston to becoming a Hollywood superstar, Matt has always managed to balance his career with his family life. Matt is known for being involved in his children's lives and is often seen with them at different events and outings. This piece will take a close look at Matt's children, including their names, ages, and how they fit into his busy life with his wife, Luciana. After meeting at Luciana's job in 2003, Damon and Luciana have been together for almost 20 years and have raised a family together. They got married 2 years later and have 3 girls together, Isabella, Gia, and Matt became a stepfather to Luciana's daughter Alexia and Stella, but the couple stays out of the public eye, even though Matt is a famous actor. The mother of 4 doesn't use social media and isn't often seen in interviews, but she does sometimes go to red carpet events to support her husband's career, which is what he lives for. He spent a lot of time in Hollywood playing good, normal guys that you'd want to grab a beer with. He makes them look easy and real in a bunch of hit movies, from the tough rugby captain in Invictus to the chill dad in Contagion to the straight-talking car guy in Ford v. Ferrari. Even in the flashy ocean movies, Damon's Linus is just a normal guy. Matt is just a regular guy trying to get George Clooney and Brad Pitt's attention by playing a cool character that makes him more relatable than them. Even though he's planning to take a break from acting, Matt has always made time for Christopher Nolan and great scripts. As a family man, Matt has always put his family's privacy first, which is why in his recent interview, people finally started to put the pieces of the puzzle together. He recently said on the Radio Times podcast that he couldn't imagine having to deal with all the crazy press attention that his friend Ben has had to deal with over the years. Matt pointed out that in many ways their careers have been similar, as they both broke through with their Oscar wins for Good Will Hunting before going on to star in big movies. Matt feels very fortunate to have been able to work in franchises and major studio films for the past 25 years. He can't even begin to imagine the kind of attention someone like Ben has been getting during that time. Despite this, Matt thinks it's a stroke of luck that he's been able to work in that part of Hollywood. Even though their careers have been similar, their personal lives are on different paths. Matt says that his boring marriage is a big reason why the Hollywood press hasn't been in his face like they have been with Ben, whose relationship with Jennifer Lopez is still making headlines years after it ended. Matt also said, "Fame is a strange and disorienting feeling," he added. "I just wanted to get to work, so I kind of hid for a few years while I got my bearings. That really helped me." When they got back together in 2021, it seemed like they were living out a dream fairy tale romance, but now it looks like that dream has turned into a nightmare. What many people thought would be a sweet reunion has turned into a wild ride. Ben Affleck, who was known for having a flashy and often messy love life, is once again at the center of drama. Affleck has had a lot of high-profile relationships in the past, and the constant media attention is affecting his current relationship with Lopez. The shocking and worrying news about Ben and Jennifer could completely change how we see their relationship. To figure out what's causing this sudden change, it's helpful to look at Affleck's history over the years. His love life has followed some pretty clear patterns since 1997, after the success of Affleck and his friend Matt Damon became famous very quickly after the release of Good Will Hunting. Their work earned them an Academy Award and put them in touch with Hollywood's elite. At one of Harvey Weinstein's fancy events, Affleck met Gwyneth Paltrow, who had just broken up with Brad Pitt. She was honest about her feelings and said that her immaturity was a big reason for the breakup. This was very different from what was about to happen. At first, things looked good between her and Affleck, especially after they were cast together in Shakespeare in Love. But their relationship quickly became known for its ups and downs, including breakups and reconciliations, like when they were filming Bounce. By 2000, Gwyneth Paltrow and Ben Affleck had ended their relationship, and she talked about how hard it was while she fondly remembered her time with Brad Pitt. In an interview with Howard Stern, she talked about Affleck and how, even though he could make her happy, their relationship was full of constant drama. She also said that he wasn't ready for anything serious, which seemed to be a pattern in his relationships. There were also hints of deeper problems, as Paltrow said that people sometimes try to work through childhood problems in their adult love lives, which meant that her relationship with Affleck was one of those. In those situations, Affleck defended himself in an interview on Good Morning America by saying that Paltrow's dream partner would be a lot like her dad. This comment caused a lot of tension because Paltrow's parents didn't like him. In response, Affleck said that his ideal woman would be a waitress in a bikini serving drinks. This back and forth showed how unstable their relationship was and how Affleck was often distracted by other things. Over time, it became clear that he liked to cause trouble in his relationships. These worries didn't end with Paltrow. In 2016, she talked about hosting an event with chef Mario Batali while she was with Affleck in Bali. It was clear that Paltrow's friends and family didn't think Affleck was the right guy for her. With each failed relationship, Affleck's reputation for being emotionally unavailable and unpredictable grew. People questioned whether he really knew how to make a long-term relationship work, and the media frenzy over their breakup only made things worse. Tabloids painted Affleck as an emotional mess and Gwyneth as the calm, collected one. What began as a romance turned into a Hollywood cautionary tale, and their personal lives were subject to a lot of scrutiny. This changed how people saw the couple and affected their future relationships. Even with all the bad press, Affleck was used to the ups and downs of fame after his public breakup with Jennifer Lopez. It was like everyone knew about his love life, but his relationship with Paltrow felt different. This could be because they had a deeper link, or because they started dating at the height of their careers, when they were all big stars in Hollywood. In interviews after the fact, Affleck talked about how his relationship with Paltrow felt different. He said that his time with Paltrow taught him a lot about himself, especially when it came to being open and committed. Even though he was ready to move on, he still looked back on that time with fondness. The intense scrutiny and criticism of their relationship stuck with him and affected his future relationships for a long time after Gwyneth Ben ended their relationship. Several high-profile relationships, including one with Jennifer Lopez. Their relationship was anything but smooth. There were a lot of wedding delays and breakup rumors. They were together and off for years, but they finally got married in 2022. But the marriage ended 2 years later after the divorce. Matt said that he wasn't happy with how Ben handled his divorce, and an insider tells us that he's really mad at his old friend. With both barrels and a big support for Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer filed for divorce from Ben in August, after being married for 2 years. A few weeks after filing, she and Matt went to the Toronto International Film Festival to see the opening of their new movie Unstoppable. September 6th, Ben, who produced the movie with Matt 53, was noticeably absent from the event, but the Martian actor and Jennifer were seen having a private conversation. According to some reports, Jennifer has been leaning on Matt a lot during the divorce. She finds him very comforting and hopes that their friendship will continue after the marriage. She also wants to work with him in the future. An insider told In Touch that Matt feels bad for Jennifer with everything going on. He's been helping her with the movie rollout, so they're on calls all the time, and she's told him how much she's hurting. He has been trying to get Ben to understand that she is feeling pretty embarrassed right now. The insider said that Matt will always be faithful to Ben, but they also said that he has known him long enough to know that he has flaws and isn't perfect by any means. That means that even though he is famous, Damon stays humble and doesn't use social media. I've never understood the reason he gave in an interview with GQ, and every day I feel more satisfied with that choice. He values his friendship with Affleck and says it goes beyond the over-the-top Hollywood buddy stereotype that you see a lot in the media.